Yeah, I feel very British today. I'm just having a cup of tea and I'm having some scones or scones, depending on what you call them. I usually say scones. Is it scones? I'm never sure. Plus, I'm a scone jam cream person, but some people go scone or scone cream jam. I think that's weird. Anyway, that was a bit of a sidetrack. That's not what this video is not about scones or tea or anything. But anyway, back. So I'm at the end of my degree and I have to get a job because that's generally what you do when you finish a degree, get a job, become an adult, you know, contribute to society and such. And I was thinking about all the jobs I've had in the past. My first job was working in TGI Fridays, the restaurant. And it was okay. It was quite a nice place to work actually. You used to get like free meals, but it was £4.20 an hour. So I left that job and worked at IKEA for 6 months, which is fine because the wages were quite good. But I don't remember working there. Like, in fact, I worked there twice. I got made redundant and then they employed me back because they made too many people redundant. I don't have a single memory of working there. Like, if I go back home to Essex, people go, oh, we used to work in IKEA together, and all I can do is go, yeah, I'm sure we did. And I have the old uniform and I have old paychecks, so I definitely worked there. I just do not have any memory of anything there, so I guess that was traumatic. But then I worked in Monsoon, which is a clothing shop, and I used to get 75% off the clothes, so now I have loads of wool gowns and stuff. But, you know, that's not very practical. And then that was just a Christmas temp job. And then I worked at Borders, the bookshop, which I loved. Oh, it was my favourite job. It was just so nice there. The people that worked there were amazing, and we had so many like inside jokes, and it was just lovely. And then I left that to go to university. In fact, the reason I worked there is because that was my gap year. In my gap year, I decided to work for a year to save up money because university is expensive. And I'm not some, you know, rich toff. Despite my scone / scone eating habits, I'm, you know, normal, you know, from a good family, but, you know, pay my way. Anyway, again, diversions, very diverty today. Diverty in hand, just really. Anyway, so yeah, I worked in Borders, well, over a year, but because I started when I was in college, but I worked in my gap year, made loads of friends, saved up loads of money, went to university. The money went away quite quickly because you find out when you go to university that living is really expensive, especially if you like being warm and eating, which I do. So it's very expensive, so the money went quickly, and I got another job in a medicinal herbalist kind of place. Which was really nice. It was like a little hippie shop and it was really cool. And then they discontinued the medicinal herbs, and the like new manager people like started doing really loads of weird things. Like they discontinued their sale of incense because hippies buy incense and they wanted to stop hippies coming in the shop. I love the logic of that, you know, how can we stop these menacing hippies? I know incense, that's the key. But it was really nice working there, but after about a year I stopped working there, and I worked in Borders again, which was really good. The people there were amazing, really nice people. It was a really nice job, but we all got made redundant on Christmas Eve, which is not so nice. So now no job again, but about to finish my degree, so have to get like an adult job, which I will do. Anyway, I was also thinking about when I was little, what did I want to be? And when I was little, I wanted to be a mad scientist. And I wanted to be a mad scientist who was specifically green. I'm not quite sure why. I read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when I was really little, so I think that's where the mad scientist thing came from. Like, I don't think you're meant to like Dr. Jekyll, or there's another way of saying it, isn't it? But everyone says Jekyll. Meh. But I really liked him. I thought he was cool. I was like, yeah, Dr. Jekyll. What an ace man. Anyway, ace. And then I wanted to be a film noir detective, and I wanted to be Humphrey Bogart, but as a few people pointed out to me, one, Humphrey Bogart exists already and is dead. Two, film noir detectives are generally men. And the thing is, I never wanted to be a femme fatale. I wanted to be the detective. I wanted to be the man with like the gun and the cigarettes and smoking. Gun, cigarettes, smoking? No. Smoking and cigarettes are the same thing, sorry. Gun, cigarettes and like the whiskey drinking and stuff. I went to an acting class once and we had to act what we, like mime what we wanted to be when we were 7. And everyone else was doing like ballet or like firefighters. And I was like knocking back drinks and smoking and like, you know, shooting. And they were just like, what did you want to be when you were 7? A criminal? Just, that was a weird experience. It was very funny though. Everyone was just like, right. A little bit weird you are. Anyway, I'm not weird. Anyway, so I wanted to be mad scientist who was green or a film noir detective, but unfortunately both those jobs don't really exist, so I've gone with, you know, nurse, because that's cool. Anyway, so like, I don't know, I've got 40 subscribers now, so thank you to new people who have subscribed. That's really nice of you. Also, kind of now I've got 40 subscribers, I was wondering what you guys wanted to be when you were little, or what your dream job is. My dream job when I'm like really old would be to have like a little bookshop, have a bookshop dog, preferably a golden retriever that I can call like Bones or something. That's not named after the TV show Bones, it's just because I think it's a good dog name. You know, dogs like Bones. That's my fantasy in my head. And there'd be like a little cake shop there that can serve scones or scones or whatever you call them. And yeah, that would be nice. Anyway, this was a kind of ranty video. I've got a few ideas for proper videos, and I've started doodling again, although my doodle block is resurfacing a bit. But for now, this can be it. I'm sorry. What a weird video about jobs and working and stuff. But I hope you enjoyed it if you stayed to the end. If you haven't stayed to the end, well, it doesn't matter what I say now because you haven't stayed. So, to you people that click on videos and then leave. Anyway, I have no idea where this is going. I think I've done this video in one take. That's a first. Wow. Anyway, bye. Bye for now. I'll make a video soon. I should really stop talking. I'm not going to say goodbye again because I've said it like a million times by now. Well, that's not a million because that's stupid. But loads. Anyway, not goodbye. Just... I don't know what that was either. Jeez.